I'm an anime, you're an anime, we're all animes in anime world. I don't know what I'm singing, girl. Welcome to the 365 vlog. Hello people, today is November 3rd, 2016, day 309 of the 365 vlog, and I'm talking more about anime, but specifically what makes a good anime to me. I have to say that before I get shit in the comments for talking about what makes good anime. You went back 2 vlogs ago, I talked about why I started watching anime. And why I started watching anime is basically for the intense coolness of everything in the episode. What makes good anime to me is that there is a story. Duh. A story that progresses with a character as they develop and you are along for the journey. And I think you get that mostly out of like adventure types and maybe even slice of lives and definitely sports anime. Those are like, I think in any genre there's development on some type of a curve, but that curve for me is like it has to be very interesting. Interesting in the sense of the world, the powers that they use. I guess I'm more leaning towards like shonen type manga because that's a lot of the structure that's involved. A lot of the times there'll be a character in a world that's specifically for that world for doing that one thing and they want to be the best at it. And I love that fact about it because the character usually starts out as some nobody who definitely is at the lowest tier, but definitely at the end of it all becomes like the greatest at whatever they want to be the greatest at. I think the twists and turns in the story really pull me in. I don't know if I ever really paid attention to like writing in a shonen because I guess it's not that pertinent to me. Like in terms of like dialogue between characters, it's just whatever cheeky tongue-in-cheek thing they're talking about. But I think one interesting thing about each character is like each character's quirk. No pun intended on my hero. But each character's quirk and how that works to like shape the overall story. Like how the main character may be like slightly different from everyone else. What makes him really different. Even though usually in Shonen Jump, the main trope of a main character is to be a hard-headed airhead who just can see straight and is very straight and narrow in terms of like their thought process and all of this because they believe in the greater good or whatever it is that they believe in. They're very one-track minded. Back to what makes like an overall good anime, I think also it's the hype moments, like the peaks in the hypeness, like how that is achieved, how we get there, how much I was expecting it or not expecting it, or when it's delivered, how it impacts me, like how hyped does it make me that I'm just like really engaged in this and I feel something for the characters. And I think I feel more for the characters because I feel like they're not as generic. Because a lot of the time when I watch anime, if it's too generic, first of all, it makes it really hard for me to connect to the characters because I feel like I've seen these characters everywhere before. So they're not really that unique. So I really want them to be unique enough that I actually care about them in the long run, so I actually have more of that rise to the peak moment, and when it happens, it's just ever so sweet. In an anime, it's just like, I love how the music works together with the hypeness to create like that really intense moment. I think that's what I'm really looking for in an anime, like that dynamic feel. Like, not to say that I don't want character development, that's very important because to get to that point I need the character to develop, but I don't want the anime to be paced too slow that I really stop caring because it gets really boring. I could give 2 examples of this, like 2 different animes, like Haikyuu versus Kuroko. Kuroko is one of my favorite anime of all time, so if you have anything different to say, leave this video right now because we are not friends. No, really, stay. But Haikyuu is also, it's an okay anime. I don't love it as much as Kuroko, but I was just watching a video the other day and it was just talking about the differences between them, and I think one of the things that I don't find appealing about Haikyuu is the pacing, the too much emphasis on character development, and the fact that a lot of the match is grounded in realism. Because when I'm watching a story, right, I'm not really caring, like especially a sports anime, I'm caring about the sport. Make me enjoy the fact that I want to watch these people play like basketball or volleyball, because it's really boring at the end of the day when people say, oh, I want it to be real. Why would you want something that is fictional to be grounded in realism? Like, is it fiction? Non-fiction? Whatever I said, whatever's not real, I fucked it up. But why would you want it to be grounded in realism? Because that is so boring. The fact of watching anime is to suspend disbelief sometimes, depending on the genre, but especially when it comes to sports. Who wants to watch a sport that you could watch on TV, but I guess just with personable characters? Then you're just staying for the characters and not for the sport. But I care about the sport at the end of the day, and this has devolved into something that is not about why I like anime, because sports anime is not the only thing that I like. It seems like one big run-on sentence, and I think I have to come back to this one because there's a lot of things that I like out of anime. Like, I only have 2 favorite anime of all time. I'm gonna say it right here. I was gonna save it for another vlog, but I don't know why I'm gonna spend another vlog talking about only 2 anime that I love. So the other one is Samurai Champloo, and that one doesn't really actually fall into my normal aesthetic of anime, but I just love the overall aesthetic of that anime, what it feeds into, what it fills in my like void of like darkness. But I really love that anime because of so many reasons. I love the soundtrack, I love the characters. Even though the story isn't really continuous until like maybe the last 3 episodes, it's just a very interesting story, and I can watch it over and over and just really enjoy the characters for what they are. I hope that gives you a sense of what I think I like about good anime. I don't know if I was coherent enough, so I think I'm gonna do another vlog where I actually write down my thoughts and not just say them off the top of my head, and maybe I'll give a better coherent vlog on what makes good anime part 2, the coherent edition. Yeah guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today with my rambling thoughts, and if you made it to the end of this video, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe for more, because I'm gonna make another one of this video. So what do you think makes good anime in this video, part 1? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Yeah guys, I'm Vandal, don't forget to keep it 365, and I'll talk to you next time with another video. Peace, bye. I think it goes back to like why I really love anime. I think I just love the aesthetic of like the character designs, how the eyes are drawn, how the hair is drawn. I mean, that could be for anything, right? That could just be for regular drawing or whatever. But I guess I like how it's unrealistic, how you can